My girlfriend announced, "I'm pregnant. You need to buy us a house now." I replied, "Congratulations on the baby." Then I requested a paternity test before any financial decisions. Her furious meltdown about trust issues revealed she was only 3 weeks along, and I, 29 male, got the news last Tuesday night. My girlfriend, 27, of 2 years, came home from drinks with the girls around 9 p.m., walked straight into the living room where I was watching the game, and dropped a bomb. "I'm pregnant. We need to start looking at houses this weekend." Not "I'm pregnant, we should talk." Not "I have news." Just straight to demanding a house. I muted the TV. "Okay, wow. That's big news. How far along are you?" 3 weeks. I took 5 tests. All positive. 3 weeks. Something felt off about that, but I pushed it aside. "That's really early to know for sure, right?" She crossed her arms. "The tests don't lie, and we need to be realistic. This apartment is too small for a baby. Your lease is up in 4 months anyway. Perfect timing to buy." Buy? We've never even talked about buying together. Well, we need to now. I'm not raising a baby in a rental. My parents bought their first house before I was born. That's what responsible people do. The entitlement was radiating off her, but I stayed calm. "Look, this is a lot to process. Let's make a doctor's appointment first, confirm everything, then we can discuss next steps." "There's nothing to confirm. I'm pregnant." "Are you saying you don't believe me?" "I'm saying 3 weeks is very early, and we should get medical confirmation before making huge financial decisions." She started pacing. "Unbelievable. I'm carrying your child, and you're being difficult about securing our future. Do you know how much daycares cost? We need space, a yard, good schools nearby." "Okay, but buying a house is a massive commitment. We're not even engaged." Wrong thing to say. Her face went red. "Oh, so you need a ring to take responsibility for your kid? Real mature. My friend were right about you." "What friends?" "Right about what?" "Never mind. Are you going to step up or not? Because if you're not serious about this family, I need to know now." The manipulation was pretty obvious, but I kept my cool. "I'm not saying I won't step up. I'm saying we need to be smart about this. Doctor first, then we can talk about housing." She grabbed her purse. "I'm staying at my mom's tonight. Maybe you'll have a better attitude tomorrow." She left. I sat there replaying the conversation. Something was really off. 3 weeks pregnant and already demanding a house. Most people don't even tell anyone that early. I pulled out my phone and Googled. 3 weeks is basically right after conception. Most women don't even know they're pregnant yet. Home pregnancy tests usually can't detect it until at least 4 weeks, sometimes longer. So either she had the most sensitive tests ever made, or something wasn't adding up. Then I remembered something. About 6 weeks ago, we'd had a huge fight about me not wanting to buy a house yet. I just got a promotion at work, wanted to save more, maybe travel a bit. She'd been furious, said I was afraid of commitment, and keeping her in limbo. The fight ended with her saying she needed to reevaluate our relationship. 3 weeks later, allegedly, she's pregnant. I call my older brother. He's got 3 kids, been through this before. "Yo, quick question. Your wife, how early did she know she was pregnant?" I think around 5 or 6 weeks. She missed her period, took a test." "What?" "My girlfriend just told me she's 3 weeks pregnant." Silence. Then, 3 weeks? Dude, that's like right when it happens. Even doctors don't usually confirm that early. "Yeah, that's what I thought." "What did you say to her?" "I said congrats, and that we should see a doctor." Smart. Don't commit to anything yet. Something sounds weird. After we hung up, I made a decision. I texted her, "Congrats again on the baby. Let's set up a doctor's appointment to confirm everything and get you on prenatal care. Also, I think we should do a paternity test once it's safe. Not because I don't trust you, just want to be 100% certain before we make major financial decisions like buying a house." Makes sense, right? I thought it was reasonable. Boy, was I wrong about her reaction. My phone started blowing up within minutes. "Are you kidding me right now? A paternity test? After 2 years? This is the most disrespectful thing anyone has ever said to me. You're calling me a cheater? I can't believe you'd accuse me of this." Then her mom called. At 11 p.m. "How dare you question my daughter's integrity? She's carrying your child, and you have the audacity to demand a paternity test? What kind of man are you?" "I didn't demand anything. I just suggested. You suggested she's a liar, that she's been with other men. She's devastated. With all due respect, a paternity test is pretty standard these days. It's not about trust. It's about being certain before making major life decisions. It's about trust, you fool. If you loved her, you wouldn't need a test. You just believe her. I do believe her. I just want medical confirmation of everything. Well, she's not doing any test. You either accept this baby as yours and buy her a proper home, or she's done with you. Then she hung up. I sat there, kind of amazed at the meltdown. A simple, reasonable request for a paternity test had turned into World War III, which made me even more suspicious. I mean, if you're innocent, why get that defensive? Why not just say, okay, whatever makes you comfortable? I decided to sleep on it. Maybe she'd calm down and we could discuss this rationally. Nope. Update 1. 3 days later. The meltdown didn't stop. It escalated. Thursday morning, her dad called me. Her dad. We met maybe 3 times. Son, we need to talk about this situation. Okay. My daughter is pregnant with your baby. You need to do the right thing here. I plan to. I just want to confirm everything medically first. She already confirmed it. 5 tests. What more do you need? You calling her a liar? No. I'm saying 3 weeks is very early. And before we buy a house together, I'd like a paternity test. That's not unreasonable. It absolutely is. You're questioning her character, her morals. Do you know how many houses are selling in her preferred neighborhoods? They're going fast. You need to make an offer this week. This week. For a baby that allegedly just happened 3 weeks ago. Sir, with respect, I'm not buying a house this week. This is a huge decision that requires planning. Planning? You should have planned before you got her pregnant. Now you deal with the consequences. Be a man. I'm being a man. A smart one. We'll get medical confirmation, do the paternity test when it's safe, and then discuss housing. If you don't buy her a house in the next month, I'm getting my lawyer involved. You're not abandoning my grandchild. He hung up before I could point out that I hadn't abandoned anyone. Later that day, her best friend showed up at my work. Actually showed up at my office. Hey, can we talk? I stepped outside. What's up? What's up? Really? You broke my best friend's heart. She's been crying for 2 days straight. Look, I just asked for a paternity test. That's standard practice. No, demanding proof that you're the father is psycho behavior. She's been faithful to you. She's planning a family with you. And you throw this in her face. I didn't throw anything. I made a reasonable request. Reasonable? You're making her feel like trash. She's scared, hormonal, and you're treating her like she's some cheater. What's wrong with you? Nothing's wrong with me. I'm being practical. Practical? You're being selfish. She needs security. She needs a home. She needs to know you're committed. And I need to know the baby is mine before I buy a house. Pretty simple. She scoffed. You're going to lose her over this. She's already talking to a lawyer about child support. Child support? The baby isn't even born yet. Yeah, well, maybe she realizes you're not the man she thought you were. She left in a huff. That night, I did some digging. Called a buddy who's an OB-GYN. Quick question. If someone's 3 weeks pregnant, would 5 home pregnancy tests all show positive? 3 weeks from conception? Probably not. The hormone levels are usually too low. Most tests can't detect pregnancy until at least 4 weeks, often 5 or 6. 3 weeks would be really pushing it, even with the most sensitive tests. What if someone wanted to fake being pregnant early? Well, you could buy positive pregnancy tests online, or borrow pee from someone who's actually pregnant. Why? Just curious. But I wasn't curious. I was connecting dots. I went through my phone. 6 weeks ago, the big fight about the house. 4 weeks ago, she'd been sick for a few days, staying at her parents' place. 3 weeks ago, she had a girls' night that lasted until 2 a.m. Then suddenly she's pregnant at 3 weeks, demanding a house immediately, and losing her mind when I asked for a paternity test. I made a decision. I needed proof. I set up a camera in the living room, just a small one, pointed at the couch. Then I texted her, "Can we talk? I want to work this out." She agreed to come over Friday night. She showed up with printouts, house listings. Look, I found some perfect options. 3 bedrooms, good school districts, under $400,000. Your promotion means you can afford the down payment. My promotion? That's my money. It's our money now. We're having a baby. You can't be selfish anymore. I'm not being selfish. I'm being cautious. We're not married. If we buy a house together and things don't work out, things will work out if you stop being paranoid. It's not paranoid to want a paternity test. Her face turned cold. I'm not doing a test. Period. You either trust me or you don't. Then I guess I don't. Fine. Then we're done. And you'll be paying child support for the next 18 years. Hope you're happy. If it's my kid, I'll gladly pay. But I'm not buying a house without proof. You're going to regret this. My lawyer says I can get emergency support payments even before the birth. You'll be paying for my housing one way or another. Your lawyer says that. Huh? You already talked to a lawyer? She paused. I had to protect myself. You clearly don't care about me or the baby. I care enough to not commit fraud. Fraud? You're accusing me of fraud now. I'm saying something doesn't add up. 3 weeks is really early to know. The timing is convenient. You're pushing for a house immediately. You're refusing a paternity test. Your whole family is threatening me. It's weird. She grabbed her purse. I'm done. You'll hear from my lawyer. After she left, I checked the camera footage. She'd left her purse on the couch at one point when she went to the bathroom. I watched her come back, glance around, then pull out her phone. She called someone. Yeah, he's not budging. No, he wants a paternity test. I know. Well, what am I supposed to do? I can't exactly tell him the truth. Because he'll leave. I don't know. Maybe the timing was off. 3 weeks sounded good at the time. Okay, I'll figure it out. Maybe I can push the due date back or something. All right, talk later. I replayed it 15 times. She couldn't tell me the truth about something. The timing was off. 3 weeks sounded good at the time. Holy hell. She was lying about being pregnant, or lying about how far along she was, or something. I needed more information. Update 2, 1 week later. I didn't confront her about the recording. Instead, I played it cool. Texted her, I've been thinking. You're right. I'm sorry for doubting you. Let's schedule a doctor's appointment together so we can hear the heartbeat and start planning properly. She responded within minutes. Really? You mean it? Yeah. I was being paranoid. Let's do this right. OMG, thank you. I knew you'd come around. Red heart. So, when's your first appointment? I want to be there. Pause. Longer than it should have been. I haven't scheduled one yet. Been too stressed. No problem. Let's call your OB today. I'll come with you. Actually, I don't have an OB here yet. I was thinking of going to my mom's doctor a few towns over. Why? There's plenty here. I just trust her doctor more. She's been going there for years. Red flag. Why would she drive an hour away when there's perfectly good doctors nearby? Okay, well, let's schedule it. This week, if possible. Let me check with them and get back to you. She never did. Instead, over the next few days, the house pressure increased. Her mom texted, found the perfect house. 4-bed/3 bath. Great neighborhood. Can you put in an offer this week? Her dad called. There's a mortgage guy I know. Can get you pre-approved fast. What's your salary? Her best friend messaged. You need to secure housing ASAP. Babies need stability. It was coordinated. All of them pushing the same agenda. Buy a house now. I started documenting everything. Screenshots of texts, recordings of calls, noting dates and times. Meanwhile, I did some research. Found out that if someone's actually 3 weeks pregnant, which is basically impossible to detect, they wouldn't be showing any symptoms yet. No morning sickness, no fatigue, nothing. But she'd been complaining about being so tired and nauseous every morning since she told me. At 3 weeks? Nah. I also dug into her social media. Found something interesting. 5 weeks ago, she'd posted a photo at a bar with friends. In the background, there was a guy. She'd tagged him, then untagged him a few hours later. Checked his profile. Some dude from her college. Single. Lived 3 hours away. Then I found a Venmo transaction. 6 weeks ago, she'd paid him $75 with a beer emoji. I called my brother again. Hypothetically, if someone wanted to fake a pregnancy test, how would they do it? You could buy positive tests online, like gag gift type things, where you could borrow pee from someone actually pregnant. Why? Just curious. Dude, is she faking it? I don't know, but something's really off. Get her to take a test in front of you. Like, watch her take it start to finish. Not a bad idea. I texted her, hey, for my peace of mind, would you take one more test with me present? Just so I can see it with my own eyes. Are you serious right now? I already took 5 tests. What more do you want? Just one more. For me. No, I'm not doing a test every time you get insecure. This is ridiculous. Why not? If you're pregnant, it'll show positive again. Because it's degrading, you should just believe me. One test. That's all I'm asking. No. And if you bring this up again, I'm blocking you. Which if you actually pregnant, why would you refuse to take one more test? It would literally prove you right. Unless you can't. That weekend, I made a plan. Told her I want to take her out for a nice dinner to apologize for being difficult. She agreed. We went to a decent steakhouse. I was charming, apologetic, everything she wanted to hear. You're right. I've been paranoid. Let's start looking at houses seriously. Her face lit up. Really? Oh my God, yes. I already have a list. I know. Your mom sent it to me. The 4-bedroom with a big backyard, right? Yes. It's perfect, and it's still available. Great. Let's put in an offer next week. Next week? Why not this week? Just need to get some financial stuff in order. Talk to the bank, you know. Okay. As long as we're moving forward. Absolutely. Hey, can I ask you something? Sure. How far along did you say you were again? 3 weeks. What? Just wondering when the due date would be. Let me check the app. She pulled out her phone, did some fake scrolling. Looks like early November. I did quick math. 3 weeks ago would make it late October at the earliest. November? That seems later than I expected. Well, it's not an exact science. Right. And when's your first ultrasound? Probably in a few weeks. They usually wait until 8 to 10 weeks. Got it. Just excited to see the little bean. We finished dinner. She was chatty, happy, making plans. I was mentally documenting every inconsistency. Back at my place, she started showing me houses on her laptop. This one has a nursery already set up. We could move in and barely have to do anything. That's convenient. How much is it? $385,000. Totally doable with your salary. My salary, not ours. Well, yeah, for now. Once the baby's born, I'll be staying home, obviously. Obviously, yeah, daycare's too expensive. And I want to bond with our baby. You're okay with that, right? Hadn't really thought about it. Well, think about it now. I'm not working while raising a kid. That's your job. The entitlement was unreal. She had our entire future mapped out. Me buying a house, me funding her life, her being a stay-at-home mom. All based on a pregnancy I was 90% sure was fake. Update 3, the confrontation. I let another week go by. Let her think she'd won. Meanwhile, I made some calls. First, I called her best friend, the one who'd shown up at my work. Hey, quick question. When did she first tell you she was pregnant? About 3 weeks ago. What? Did she tell you in person? No, she texted me. Why are you asking? Just curious. Did she seem surprised? Excited? Yeah. She was freaking out about it. Freaking out how? Like, oh my God, what am I going to do type stuff. What? No reason. Thanks. So 3 weeks ago, she was freaking out about being pregnant, but immediately had a plan to demand a house. Interesting. Next, I call my bank. Set up a separate account. Started moving money over. If this went south, I needed my finances protected. Then I scheduled an appointment with a lawyer. Just a consultation. If my girlfriend is claiming pregnancy and demanding I buy a house, but I suspect the pregnancy is fake, what are my options? The lawyer was helpful. If she's using a fake pregnancy to defraud you financially, that's potentially criminal. But you'd need proof. Do you have any? Working on it. Get as much evidence as possible. Texts, recordings, anything showing she's lying or manipulating you. And don't commit to any major purchases. Already on it. Friday night, I invited her over. Told her I'd gotten pre-approved for a mortgage and wanted to celebrate. She showed up with champagne. Non-alcoholic for me, obviously. We sat on the couch. I had my phone recording in my pocket. So I've been thinking, before we put in an offer on a house, I really need to see a positive test. Just one. With my own eyes. Is that too much to ask? Her face changed. Are we really doing this again? Yeah, we are. Because something doesn't add up. What doesn't add up? I'm pregnant. I took 5 tests. Show me one. Right now. Take a test right now. I don't have any tests with me. I bought some. They're in the bathroom. Let's go. This is crazy. You're being controlling. I'm being smart. Take the test, or I'm done. She stood up, angry. You know what? Fine. I'll take your stupid test. And when it's positive, you're going to feel like an idiot. She went into the bathroom. I waited and waited. 5 minutes passed. I knocked. You okay? I'm trying. It's hard to pee on command. 10 minutes. Need any help? No. Just give me a minute. 15 minutes. The door opened. She came out, face flushed. Well, I couldn't do it. Too much pressure. This is a hostile environment. I'm leaving. Show me the test. There's nothing to show. I told you I couldn't go. Let me see it. No. I walked past her into the bathroom. The test was in the trash. One line. Negative. I pulled it out. One line. That's negative. Those tests are faulty. I told you I'm pregnant. Then take another one. Right now. I'll watch. You'll watch. That's disgusting. You're sick. I'll stand outside the door. You keep it open. But I need to see you take it from start to finish. Absolutely not. This is insane. You're treating me like a criminal. Because you're lying. You're not pregnant, are you? I am. Prove it. One test. That's all. She started crying. I can't believe you're doing this to me. To us. To our baby. What baby? You just tested negative. Because those tests are cheap. They don't work. I bought the expensive ones. The same brand you said you used. Try again. No. I'm done. You clearly don't trust me. This relationship is over. She grabbed her purse. I blocked the door. Not until you tell me the truth. Are you actually pregnant? Yes. Then prove it. Take one test. Or I'm calling your mom right now and asking her if she knows you're lying. Her face went pale. You wouldn't. Try me. We stared at each other. Then her shoulders dropped. Fine. Fine. You want the truth? I'm not pregnant. Happy now. My heart sank, even though I'd suspected it. Why? Because you won't commit. We've been together 2 years, and you won't even talk about buying a house. What was I supposed to do? Not lie about being pregnant. It was supposed to be a push, to get you to take us seriously, to build a future. By trapping me with a fake baby, it wasn't supposed to be fake. I thought if we started the process, I could actually get pregnant before anyone noticed. I couldn't believe what I was hearing. You were going to baby trap me for real after faking it first. It's not baby trapping if we're in a relationship. It absolutely is. This is insane. What's insane is you dragging your feet for 2 years. My friends are all getting married, buying houses, having kids, and I'm stuck with a guy who won't commit. So you lied about being pregnant, got your entire family to pressure me, and tried to manipulate me into buying a house. I did what I had to do. The entitlement was breathtaking. She genuinely thought this was justified. Get out. We're done. Wait, no. We can fix this. I'll actually get pregnant. For real this time. Are you hearing yourself? Get out. But I love you. I want a future with you. You want my wallet. There's a difference. Leave. She started, crying harder. Please. I'm sorry. I panicked. My biological clock is ticking, and you weren't taking it seriously. So you committed fraud. That's your solution. It's not fraud. I was going to get pregnant eventually anyway. That's not how this works. That's not how any of this works. Leave my apartment. Where am I supposed to go? Your parents' house. You know, the people who helped you try to scam me. They didn't know. I told them I was really pregnant. Sure, they didn't. Get out, or I'm calling the cops. She finally left, still crying, still trying to justify it. I sat down and just processed. 2 years with someone who was willing to fake a pregnancy to get what she wanted, who got her whole family involved in pressuring me, who had no remorse about it. I texted my brother. You were right. She was faking it. Holy hell. You okay? Yeah. Just wow. Need anything? Beer. Lots of beer. The next few days were chaotic. Her mom called, screaming about how I drove her daughter to desperation. Her dad threatened to sue me for emotional damages. Her best friend posted on social media about toxic men who don't support their girlfriends. I didn't engage, just blocked them all and moved on. Except for one thing. I I sent a group text to her parents and her best friend with a screenshot of our conversation where she admitted to faking it. For the record, she lied about being pregnant to manipulate me into buying a house. Thought you should know before you keep defending her. Radio silence after that. 2 weeks later, I heard through a mutual friend that she'd moved back in with her parents and was telling everyone I abandoned her during a pregnancy scare. A pregnancy scare. That's what she was calling fraud now. The mutual friend asked if I wanted to set the record straight publicly. I thought about it, but honestly, anyone who mattered already knew the truth. The rest weren't worth my energy. I did keep the recording of her confession, though, just in case she tried anything legal. She never did, probably because her parents realized they'd helped her commit fraud and didn't want that coming out. Last I heard, she's single and telling everyone her ex was emotionally abusive for not supporting her dreams of home ownership. The delusion is real. As for me, I'm good. Still in my apartment. Still got my promotion. Still got my sanity. And I learned a valuable lesson. When someone shows you they're willing to lie and manipulate to get what they want, believe them the first time. Also, always trust your gut. 3 weeks pregnant, my ass.